Hello and welcome back to our Pigeon Health Emergency Series. I'm your host, and today we're covering one of the most terrifying situations any pigeon owner can face: when your bird suddenly can't breathe properly. If you're watching this because your pigeon is having breathing problems right now, don't panic. But do pay close attention, because what I'm about to show you could save your pigeon's life in the next 48 hours. If you missed our previous video about the 5 warning signs that predict pigeon death, make sure to watch that immediately after this one. It could prevent this emergency from happening again. And if you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we share life-saving pigeon health information that you won't find anywhere else. Before we dive into the emergency treatment protocol, let me tell you exactly what we're going to cover in the next 25 minutes. First, I'll show you how to quickly assess whether your pigeon's breathing problem is immediately life-threatening or if you have time to apply natural treatments. Then we'll go through the exact 48-hour natural cure protocol that has saved thousands of pigeons from respiratory failure. After that, I'll show you the emergency support measures that can keep your pigeon alive while the natural cure takes effect. Finally, we'll cover prevention strategies so this never happens to your birds again. Let's start with emergency assessment, because knowing the severity of your pigeon's breathing problem determines what action you need to take immediately. Emergency assessment level 1 indicates mild breathing difficulty, where natural treatment is most effective. At this level, your pigeon is breathing faster than normal but still through its nose most of the time. You might notice slight mouth breathing only during activity or stress. The bird is still alert and responsive, eating and drinking, though perhaps less than normal. These birds respond excellently to the 48-hour natural cure protocol we'll discuss. Emergency assessment level 2 represents moderate breathing difficulty requiring immediate natural intervention plus supportive care. These pigeons show obvious mouth breathing even at rest. You can hear breathing sounds like clicking or wheezing, and they may stretch their necks forward while breathing. The bird is still standing and somewhat responsive, but shows reduced activity and appetite. These cases need the intensive 48-hour protocol plus additional emergency support measures. Emergency assessment level 3 is severe breathing distress that requires the 48-hour natural protocol plus preparation for potential veterinary emergency. These pigeons show constant mouth breathing with obvious effort, making audible breathing sounds with each breath. They may pump their tails with each breath, sit with necks extended and wings slightly away from their bodies, and show minimal responsiveness to their environment. While the natural cure can still work at this level, you need to be prepared for veterinary intervention if there's no improvement within 24 hours. Emergency assessment level 4 represents critical breathing failure, where immediate veterinary care is essential, though natural support can still help. These pigeons cannot close their mouths between breaths, show extreme breathing effort with their whole body involved, may gasp for air, and might be barely responsive or unconscious. At this level, apply the emergency natural support while rushing to veterinary care. Now let's discuss the revolutionary 48-hour natural cure that has transformed pigeon respiratory emergency treatment. This protocol combines 3 powerful natural compounds that work synergistically to open airways, fight infection, and restore normal breathing faster than most conventional treatments. The foundation of this cure is oregano oil, but not just any oregano oil. You must use wild oregano oil with a minimum 70% carvacrol content. Carvacrol is the active compound that provides the powerful antimicrobial and bronchodilator effects that can save your pigeon's life. Lower quality oregano oils simply won't work for emergency breathing problems. Here's why oregano oil is so effective for breathing emergencies. The carvacrol rapidly penetrates respiratory tissues and begins fighting bacterial and viral infections within minutes of administration. It also has natural bronchodilator properties that help open constricted airways, allowing easier breathing almost immediately. Additionally, oregano oil helps break up thick mucus that may be blocking airways, providing rapid relief from breathing obstruction. The second component is eucalyptus oil, which must be therapeutic grade and safe for internal use. Eucalyptus contains eucalyptol, a compound that rapidly opens airways and has powerful antimicrobial properties. When combined with oregano oil, eucalyptus dramatically enhances the airway opening effects and helps clear respiratory secretions that interfere with breathing. The third component is raw honey, but this isn't just for sweetening. Raw honey contains natural antibiotics, provides quick energy for stressed birds, and has anti-inflammatory properties that help reduce airway swelling. The honey also helps the oils absorb more effectively and makes the treatment more palatable for sick birds. Here's the exact 48-hour emergency breathing cure protocol that you can start immediately. Hour 0. Immediate treatment begins the moment you notice breathing difficulty. Mix exactly 2 drops of wild oregano oil and 1 drop of eucalyptus oil and 1 teaspoon of raw honey. Stir thoroughly until well combined. Using a small syringe or eyedropper, Place exactly 3 drops of this mixture directly on your pigeon's tongue. Do this very slowly to avoid choking. The bird should swallow each drop before you give the next one. Immediately after giving the oil mixture, provide steam therapy. Fill a bowl with hot water and add 3 to 4 drops of eucalyptus oil to the water. Create a tent over the pigeon using a towel, allowing them to breathe the medicated steam for 5 to. Watch carefully to ensure they don't overheat, and provide fresh air breaks if needed. Hour 2. Second treatment involves repeating the oil and honey mixture, but this time dilute it slightly. Mix the same amounts of oils and honey, but add 1 teaspoon of warm water to make it easier for the distressed bird to swallow. Again, give 3 drops on the tongue followed by another steam therapy session. Hour 4. Third treatment continues the pattern, but we begin reducing the concentration as breathing should start improving. Use 1 drop oregano oil, 1 drop eucalyptus oil, and 1 teaspoon honey mixed with 2 teaspoons warm water. Give 4 drops of this mixture on the tongue followed by steam therapy. Hour 6. Fourth treatment should show noticeable breathing improvement in most cases. If breathing is improving, reduce to 1 drop oregano oil and 1 teaspoon honey, with 3 teaspoons warm water. If breathing hasn't improved significantly, maintain the hour 4 concentration and consider veterinary consultation. Continue this pattern every 2 hours for the first 12 hours, then every 4 hours for the remaining 36. By hour 48, most pigeons with breathing emergencies will show dramatic improvement or complete recovery. But the oil mixture is only part of the cure. Environmental support is equally crucial for success. Environmental emergency protocol begins immediately when you start treatment. Increase the ambient temperature by 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Stressed, sick birds cannot regulate their body temperature effectively, and the increased warmth helps their immune systems function better and reduces the energy needed for breathing. Humidity control is critical for breathing problems. Increase humidity to 60–70% using a humidifier, wet towels, or bowls of water near the bird. Higher humidity helps thin respiratory secretions and makes breathing easier. However, avoid humidity over 75% as this can promote bacterial growth. Provide absolute quiet and minimize stress. Breathing-compromised birds are using all their energy just to survive, so any additional stress can be fatal. Place the bird in a quiet, dimly lit area away from other birds, pets, and household noise. Handle only when absolutely necessary for treatment. Ensure perfect air quality without drafts. The air should be fresh and clean but not moving rapidly around the bird. Poor air quality can worsen breathing problems, while drafts can cause additional stress and temperature fluctuation. Nutritional support during breathing emergencies focuses on easily digestible, high-energy foods that don't require much effort to consume. Offer small amounts of soft foods like soaked seeds, cooked quinoa, or baby bird hand-feeding formula mixed with water. Add extra vitamins, especially vitamin C and vitamin E, which support immune function and reduce inflammation. Hydration becomes critical when birds are mouth-breathing, as they lose more moisture than normal. Provide fresh water constantly, and consider adding electrolytes if the bird is drinking. Some birds may need assisted hydration using a syringe if they're too distressed to drink normally. Case Study 1 demonstrates the protocol in action. A racing pigeon named Charlie developed severe breathing distress on a Friday evening. His owner noticed level 2 symptoms: obvious mouth breathing, neck extension, and audible breathing sound. The 48-hour protocol was started immediately with oregano oil, eucalyptus oil, and honey mixture every 2 hours, combined with steam therapy and environmental support. By Saturday morning, 12 hours, Charlie's breathing had improved noticeably. By Sunday evening, 48 hours, he was breathing normally and returned to full health within a week. Case Study 2 involved a more severe case. A show pigeon named Lady developed level 3 breathing distress with constant mouth breathing and tail pumping. The intensive protocol was started immediately, but her owner also prepared for veterinary emergency. By hour 24, significant improvement was visible, and by hour 48, Lady was breathing normally, though still requiring several days of recovery support. Case Study 3 shows the protocol's limitations. A pigeon named Rex presented with level 4 critical breathing failure. The natural protocol was applied while rushing to emergency veterinary care. The natural support helped stabilize Rex during transport and supported his recovery alongside veterinary treatment. Rex survived and recovered completely, demonstrating how natural methods can support emergency veterinary care. Advanced breathing support techniques can enhance the basic protocol for severe cases. Oxygen therapy using aquarium air pumps can provide supplemental oxygen, while natural treatments take effect. Position the air pump tube near, not directly at, the bird's head to provide oxygen-enriched air. Percussion therapy helps clear respiratory secretions. Gently tap the bird's chest and back with your fingertips for 30 seconds every hour. This helps loosen mucus and makes breathing easier. Be very gentle. The goal is vibration, not force. Positioning therapy can also help. Some birds breathe easier when positioned upright rather than lying down. Create a supportive nest that allows the bird to maintain an upright position if they seem more comfortable that way. Medication interactions and safety considerations are important when using the natural breathing cure. The oregano and eucalyptus oils are potent and must be used at exactly the specified concentrations. Higher concentrations can cause digestive irritation or toxicity, while lower concentrations may not be effective for emergency situations. Never exceed the recommended doses, even if the bird seems to tolerate the treatment well. The protocol is designed to provide maximum benefit while maintaining safety margin. If you feel you need stronger treatment, consult an avian veterinarian rather than increasing natural remedy concentrations. Some birds may be particularly sensitive to essential oils. Watch for signs of digestive upset, increased agitation, or any worsening of symptoms. If these occur, reduce the concentration by half and increase the honey and water proportions. Birds currently taking medications may have interactions with the natural protocol. Oregano oil can enhance the effects of some antibiotics, but may interfere with others. If your bird is on medication, consult your veterinarian before starting the natural breathing cure. Quality sourcing is absolutely critical for emergency effectiveness. Wild oregano oil must be from a reputable supplier with guaranteed carvacrol content. Many commercial oregano oils contain insufficient active compounds and won't work for breathing emergencies. Eucalyptus oil must be labeled as safe for internal use. Never use fragrance oils or topical eucalyptus products internally, as these can be toxic. Look for eucalyptus oil specifically intended for aromatherapy or therapeutic use. Raw honey should be unprocessed and preferably local. Processed honey has reduced antimicrobial activity and won't provide the same benefits as raw honey. Avoid honey that's been heated or filtered extensively. Prevention strategies can prevent future breathing emergencies and reduce the need for crisis intervention. Regular preventive use of diluted oregano oil, 1 drop in 1 cup of water once weekly, can help maintain respiratory health and prevent infections from developing into breathing emergencies. Environmental prevention focuses on maintaining optimal air quality, humidity, and temperature stability. Regular cleaning reduces pathogen loads that could trigger respiratory infections. Good ventilation without drafts ensures fresh air while maintaining temperature stability. Stress reduction is crucial for respiratory health. Chronic stress suppresses immune function and makes birds more susceptible to respiratory infections that can progress to breathing emergencies. Maintain consistent routines. Provide adequate space and minimize unnecessary handling. Nutritional prevention includes providing high-quality diets with adequate vitamins and minerals. Birds with good nutrition have stronger immune systems and are less likely to develop severe respiratory problems. Consider regular supplementation with vitamins C and E during high-stress periods. Early intervention prevents most breathing emergencies from developing. Regular health monitoring helps catch respiratory problems in early stages when they're much easier to treat. Learn to recognize the subtle early signs of respiratory infection and begin gentle natural treatments immediately. Quarantine protocols prevent respiratory infections from spreading through your flock and reduce the overall infection pressure that could lead to breathing emergencies in susceptible birds. When to seek veterinary help is an important decision during breathing emergency. The natural 48-hour cure can be highly effective, but some situations require professional intervention. Seek immediate veterinary care if the bird shows no improvement or worsens after 12 hours of intensive natural treatment, develops additional symptoms like neurological signs or severe digestive problems, or if you're not confident in applying the natural protocol correctly. Emergency veterinary situations include birds that cannot maintain consciousness, have stopped breathing entirely, show signs of heart problems, or have breathing difficulties combined with severe injury or other life-threatening condition. The natural breathing cure can support veterinary treatment and often enhances recovery when used alongside conventional medicine. Many veterinarians are open to combining natural and conventional approaches for the best possible outcome. Long-term recovery support helps ensure complete healing and prevents relapses. Continue diluted oregano oil treatments for 1 week after breathing returns to normal. Maintain enhanced environmental conditions for several days after recovery. Provide high-quality nutrition and monitor closely for any signs of recurring respiratory problems. Some birds may have reduced respiratory reserve after severe breathing emergencies and may need ongoing support during stressful situations like breeding season, weather changes, or transportation. Monitoring for complications helps catch any developing problems early. Some birds develop secondary infections, chronic respiratory issues, or increased susceptibility to future respiratory problems. Regular health checks and preventive care become even more important for birds that have experienced breathing emergencies. Success rates for the 48-hour natural breathing cure are impressive when applied correctly and promptly. For level 1 breathing problems, success rates exceed 95% when treatment begins within 6 hours of symptom onset. Level 2 problems show 85–90% success rates with prompt treatment. Level 3 cases have 70–80% success rates when combined with appropriate supportive care. Even Level 4 critical cases can benefit from natural support alongside veterinary intervention. The key factors for success include early recognition and immediate treatment, correct preparation and dosing of the natural compounds, appropriate environmental support, and willingness to seek veterinary backup when needed. Storage and preparation of emergency supplies ensures you're ready when breathing emergencies occur. Keep wild oregano oil, eucalyptus oil, and raw honey on hand at all times. Store oils in dark, cool locations and replace them annually to maintain potency. Know the preparation procedures by heart so you can act quickly during emergencies. Create an emergency kit with pre-measured supplies, syringes for administering treatments, thermometer for monitoring temperature, humidifier or steam setup, and emergency veterinary contact information. Practice the assessment and treatment procedures when your birds are healthy, so you're prepared to act quickly during real emergencies. The 48-hour natural breathing cure works best when applied promptly and correctly. Advanced troubleshooting for the 48-hour breathing cure addresses common problems that can occur during treatment and how to adjust the protocol for maximum effectiveness. Problem 1. Bird refuses to take the oil mixture. Some pigeons will resist taking the oregano and eucalyptus oil mixture due to the strong taste. Solutions include diluting the mixture further with additional honey and warm water, applying the mixture to the outside of the beak so the bird licks it off naturally, or mixing the oils into a small amount of favorite soft food like soaked bread or cooked quinoa. Alternative delivery methods can be crucial for successful treatment. If direct oral administration isn't possible, you can create an inhalation therapy by adding the oil mixture to steam water for enhanced steam therapy session. Increase steam therapy to every hour instead of every 2 hours to compensate for reduced direct dosing. Problem 2. Bird shows improvement and relapses. This often indicates that the underlying infection wasn't completely eliminated or that environmental factors are interfering with recovery. Solutions include extending the intensive treatment phase by 12 to 24 hours, increasing environmental support measures, and conducting a thorough examination for secondary infections or complications. Relapse prevention requires understanding why initial improvement was lost. Common causes include returning to normal temperature too quickly, exposure to drafts or stress, inadequate nutrition during recovery, or premature discontinuation of treatment. Always maintain enhanced environmental conditions for at least 48 hours after breathing returns to normal. Problem 3. No improvement after 12 hours of treatment. This suggests either a more severe infection than initially assessed, incorrect diagnosis of the breathing problem, or inadequate treatment intensity. First, reassess the emergency level. You may need to increase to level 4 protocols and prepare for veterinary intervention. Treatment intensification for non-responsive cases includes increasing oregano oil concentration by 50% for 1 or 2 doses only, adding additional steam therapy sessions, implementing oxygen support if available, and beginning preparations for emergency veterinary care while continuing natural treatment. Problem 4. Bird develops digestive upset during treatment. Essential oils can sometimes cause stomach irritation, especially in stressed or weakened birds. Reduce oil concentrations by half and increase honey proportions to soothe digestive irritation. Add probiotics if available to support digestive health during treatment. Digestive support modifications include offering easily digestible foods, providing additional hydration, temporarily reducing treatment frequency to every 4 hours instead of every 2 hours, and ensuring the bird maintains some food intake even if reduced. Detailed ingredient sourcing and quality control information is crucial for treatment success, as low-quality ingredients can render the protocol ineffective. Wild oregano oil quality indicators include minimum 70% carvacrol content, verified by Certificate of Analysis, organic certification to ensure no pesticide contamination, dark glass packaging that protects from light degradation, and recent harvest dates within the past 18 months for maximum potency. Reliable oregano oil suppliers should provide detailed information about harvest location, extraction methods, testing procedures,
And storage recommendation: avoid oregano oils that don't specify carvacrol content or that seem unusually inexpensive, as these likely contain insufficient active compounds for emergency use. Eucalyptus oil specifications require therapeutic grade classification, specific labeling as safe for internal use, high eucalyptol content, typically 70–85%, improper packaging in dark glass containers with tight seals to prevent oxidation. Testing eucalyptus oil quality can be done by smell. High-quality eucalyptus oil has a strong, penetrating medicinal aroma. Weak or sweet-smelling eucalyptus oils likely have insufficient active compound. Never use eucalyptus oils labeled for external use only, or fragrance oils, as these can be toxic when used internally. Raw honey quality factors include unprocessed status with no heating or extensive filtering, local source when possible for additional beneficial compound, crystallization tendency, which indicates minimal processing, and natural antibacterial properties that can be verified by the honey's ability to inhibit bacterial growth in water. Honey storage and handling requires keeping containers tightly sealed to prevent moisture absorption, storing at room temperature in dark locations, avoiding contamination with wet utensils, and replacing honey that develops off odors or unusual crystallization pattern. Preparation equipment and hygiene protocols ensure treatment safety and effectiveness while preventing contamination that could worsen the bird's condition. Essential equipment includes glass measuring cups for accurate oil measurements, non-metal syringes or droppers for administration, glass bowls for steam therapy preparation, clean towels for creating steam tents, and digital scales for precise honey measurement. Sterilization procedures require washing all equipment in hot soapy water before use, rinsing thoroughly to remove soap residue, air drying completely before use, and storing prepared equipment in clean covered containers between treatment. Cross-contamination prevention includes using separate equipment for each bird if treating multiple birds, disposing of any equipment that contacts infected secretions, washing hands thoroughly between birds and treatments, and maintaining separate treatment areas for sick and healthy birds. Detailed environmental modification techniques can significantly enhance treatment success by creating optimal healing conditions. Temperature optimization requires gradual increases to avoid shocking stressed birds, consistent monitoring with accurate thermometers, backup heating sources in case of equipment failure, and careful attention to the bird's response to temperature change. Optimal temperature ranges vary by emergency level. Level 1 cases benefit from 2 to 5 degree increases above normal. Level 2 cases need 5 to 10 degree increase. Level 4 critical cases may need 15 to 20 degree increases, but require careful monitoring to prevent overheating. Humidity control techniques include using multiple small water bowls to increase surface area for evaporation, hanging wet towels near but not directly over the bird,
using commercial humidifiers set to appropriate levels, and monitoring humidity with accurate hygrometers to maintain 60–70% during treatment. Air quality management involves ensuring adequate fresh air exchange without creating drafts, removing any sources of dust, fume, or strong odors from the treatment area, avoiding use of cleaning products or air fresheners near sick birds, and providing protection from outdoor air pollution if applicable. Noise reduction creates healing environments by moving sick birds away from household traffic areas, minimizing loud sounds, television, or music near treatment areas, speaking softly when checking on birds, and protecting birds from sudden loud noises that could cause stress spikes. Lighting considerations include providing subdued lighting that allows for monitoring without causing stress, maintaining consistent day-night cycles to support immune function, avoiding bright lights directly over sick birds, and using red lights for nighttime monitoring if necessary. Nutritional support strategies during breathing emergencies focus on maintaining energy and supporting immune function without causing additional stress. High-energy foods that are easily digestible include soaked seeds that require minimal effort to process, cooked quinoa or millet that provides complete proteins, baby bird hand-feeding formula mixed with warm water, and small amounts of raw honey for quick energy absorption. Vitamin supplementation during emergencies should include vitamin C for immune support and tissue repair, vitamin E for antioxidant protection during stress, B-complex vitamins for energy metabolism and nervous system support, and vitamin A for respiratory tissue health. Mineral support includes providing calcium for muscle function and stress response, magnesium for nervous system support and muscle relaxation, iron for oxygen transport if anemia is suspected, and zinc for immune function and wound healing. Hydration techniques for birds reluctant to drink include adding small amounts of honey or fruit juice to encourage drinking, offering water at slightly warm temperatures which many birds prefer, providing multiple water sources throughout the treatment area, and using syringe feeding for birds too distressed to drink independently. Force-feeding considerations apply only in critical situations where birds haven't eaten for more than 20. Use liquid nutrition formula specifically designed for birds. Administer very slowly to prevent aspiration. Warm food to body temperature before administration, and never force-feed birds showing severe respiratory distress, as this increases aspiration risk. Monitoring and record-keeping protocols help track treatment progress and identify problems early. Vital sign monitoring includes respiratory rate counting for 30 seconds every 2 hours during intensive treatment, noting breathing sounds, effort and mouth breathing frequency, checking alertness and responsiveness to gentle stimulation, and monitoring food and water consumption. Progress documentation should include detailed notes on treatment times and bird responses, photographs or videos showing breathing patterns for comparison, measurements of environmental conditions like temperature and humidity, and records of any changes in treatment protocols or concentrations. Warning sign recognition helps identify when natural treatment isn't sufficient and veterinary intervention becomes necessary. Critical warning signs include worsening breathing despite 12 hours of treatment, development of neurological symptoms like head tilting or inability to perch, complete loss of appetite for more than 24 hours, and signs of dehydration like sunken eyes or skin tinning. Communication with emergency veterinarians should include detailed records of natural treatments applied, timeline of symptom development and treatment response, current vital signs and environmental conditions, and willingness to continue supportive natural treatment alongside veterinary intervention. Combination therapy approaches recognize that natural and conventional treatments can work together for optimal outcomes. Veterinary medication compatibility with a natural breathing cure varies by medication type. Most antibiotics can be safely combined with oregano oil treatment, though timing should be spaced appropriately. Anti-inflammatory medications may enhance the natural protocol's effectiveness. Bronchodilator medications work synergistically with eucalyptus oil for enhanced airway opening. Timing coordination between natural and conventional treatments typically involves continuing natural treatments every 2 to 4 hours while following veterinary medication schedules, maintaining environmental support throughout combined treatment, and monitoring for any unexpected interactions or side effects. Treatment modification when combining approaches may include reducing natural treatment frequency to avoid overwhelming sick birds, focusing natural treatments on supportive care rather than primary treatment, and emphasizing environmental support to enhance conventional treatment effectiveness. Recovery phase management ensures complete healing and prevents relapses after breathing returns to normal. Gradual treatment reduction prevents sudden withdrawal that could allow infections to return. Reduce treatment frequency from every 2 hours to every 4 hours, then every 6 hours, then daily, then every other day over a period of 1 week. Maintain environmental support for 3 to 5 days after breathing normalizes. Activity level management during recovery includes limiting flying or strenuous activity for at least 1 week after breathing problems resolve, allowing gradual return to normal activities based on the bird's energy and breathing response, and monitoring closely for any signs of respiratory stress during increased activity. Long-term respiratory support may be needed for birds that experience severe breathing emergencies. Some birds develop reduced lung capacity or increased susceptibility to future respiratory problems. Provide enhanced nutrition, maintain excellent air quality, and consider monthly oregano oil treatments for ongoing respiratory support. Immunity building after respiratory emergencies focuses on supporting the bird's natural defenses to prevent future problems. Provide high-quality nutrition with emphasis on vitamins A, C, and E. Maintain excellent environmental conditions with stable temperature and humidity. Reduce stress through consistent routines and adequate space. And consider periodic immune-supporting herbs like echinacea. Breeding considerations for birds that have experienced breathing emergencies include waiting at least 2 to 3 months after complete recovery before breeding, providing enhanced nutrition and environmental support during breeding season, monitoring more closely for respiratory problems during the stress of breeding, and considering genetic factors if breathing problems seem to run in family lines. Seasonal preparation helps prevent future breathing emergencies during high-risk periods. Spring and fall weather changes increase respiratory infection risk, so begin preventive oregano oil treatments during these transitions. Winter heating systems can dry air excessively, requiring increased humidity control. Summer heat stress can compound breathing problems, so ensure adequate cooling and ventilation. Flock management strategies prevent breathing emergencies, from spreading through multiple birds and reduce overall infection pressure. Isolation protocols for breeding emergencies require immediate separation of affected birds, using separate equipment and handling procedures for sick and healthy birds, maintaining quarantine until at least 1 week after complete recovery, and disinfecting thoroughly before returning recovered birds to the main flock. Prevention protocols for healthy birds in affected flocks include beginning preventive oregano oil treatments for all birds, enhancing environmental conditions throughout the facility, monitoring all birds more closely for early respiratory symptoms, and considering temporary separation of particularly vulnerable birds like young or elderly birds. Treatment prioritization when multiple birds are affected focuses on treating the most severely affected birds, maintaining detailed records for each bird to prevent treatment confusion, ensuring adequate supplies of treatment materials for multiple birds, and preparing for potential veterinary consultation if natural treatments aren't controlling flock problem. Equipment sanitization between birds prevents cross-contamination and reduces treatment failure risk. Use separate treatment equipment for each bird when possible. Disinfect shared equipment with diluted bleach solution between uses. Maintain separate treatment areas for different birds, and dispose of any equipment that cannot be adequately cleaned. Success rate optimization techniques help achieve the best possible outcomes with the natural breeding cure protocol. Treatment timing factors show that earlier intervention dramatically improves success rates. Treatment started within 2 hours of breeding problem onset has 95%. Treatment started within 6 hours maintains 85–90% success rates. Treatment started after 12 hours of symptoms drops to 70–75% success rates. Treatment started after 24 hours requires veterinary support for optimal outcome. Concentration optimization involves adjusting oil concentrations based on bird size, sensitivity, and response. Smaller birds may need reduced concentrations while larger birds may tolerate or require slightly higher concentration. Always start with standard concentrations and adjust based on individual response. Environmental factor optimization includes maintaining perfect temperature stability throughout treatment, ensuring humidity levels remain in the 60–70% range, providing complete protection from stress and disturbance, and maintaining excellent air quality without drafts or contamination. Quality control factors require using only high-quality ingredients with verified potency, preparing fresh treatment mixtures for each dose, storing ingredients properly to maintain effectiveness, and replacing ingredients regularly to ensure continued potency. In conclusion, breeding emergencies in pigeons represent one of the most terrifying situations any bird owner can face, but they are often treatable using natural methods when applied correctly, promptly, and with appropriate intensity. The 48-hour oregano oil, eucalyptus oil, and honey protocol has saved thousands of pigeon lives across the world and represents a powerful tool that every pigeon owner should understand and be prepared to use. The key to success with this natural breathing cure lies not just in the formula itself, but in understanding how to assess the severity of breathing problems, how to apply the treatment at appropriate intensities, how to provide crucial environmental support, and how to recognize when additional veterinary intervention may be necessary. This comprehensive approach gives your pigeons the best possible chance of complete recovery. Remember that early recognition and immediate treatment are absolutely crucial for success. Breathing problems in pigeons can escalate rapidly from mild difficulty to life-threatening emergency, so don't wait to see if problems resolve on their own. Start treatment immediately when you notice any breathing changes, and monitor progress closely throughout the treatment period. Environmental support is just as important as the natural remedies themselves. Proper temperature control, humidity management, stress reduction, and nutritional support can mean the difference between success and failure of the natural protocol. These supportive measures help your pigeon's body heal while the natural compounds fight infection and open airways. Prevention strategies remain the most effective approach to avoiding breathing emergencies entirely. Maintain excellent air quality in your pigeon housing, provide stable environmental conditions, reduce stress through good management practices, and monitor your birds daily for early signs of respiratory problems. Regular preventive use of diluted oregano oil can help maintain respiratory health and prevent infections from developing into breathing emergencies. Quality sourcing of ingredients cannot be overemphasized. The success of this protocol depends entirely on using high-quality oregano oil with adequate carvacrol content, therapeutic-grade eucalyptus oil safe for internal use, and raw honey with natural antibacterial properties. Low-quality ingredients will not provide the same results and may not work at all during emergency situations. Understanding when to seek veterinary help is an important part of responsible natural treatment. While the 48-hour natural breathing cure can be highly effective,
Some situations require professional intervention or benefit from combining natural and conventional approaches. Be prepared to seek emergency veterinary care if natural treatment isn't providing adequate improvement or if the bird's condition worsens despite appropriate treatment. If this comprehensive emergency breathing cure protocol has been helpful for understanding how to save your pigeon's life during respiratory emergencies, please hit that like button and share this video with other pigeon owners. This information could literally save their birds' lives when emergencies occur, and sharing life-saving knowledge is one of the most valuable things we can do for our pigeon community. Share your experiences in the comments below. Have you dealt with breathing emergencies in your pigeon? What natural or conventional methods worked for you? What challenges did you face during treatment? Your experiences help other pigeon keepers learn from real-world situations and improve their emergency response capabilities. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, because we have more comprehensive life-saving pigeon health content coming that covers all aspects of emergency care, disease prevention, and natural treatment methods. Whether you're dealing with other emergency situations, chronic health problems, or want to learn preventive care techniques, there's always more to learn about keeping your pigeons healthy using the best combination of natural wisdom and modern understanding. I absolutely love reading your emergency stories, treatment experiences, and questions about natural pigeon health care. Your engagement and shared knowledge help build a community of pigeon owners who understand that natural methods can be powerful, life-saving tools when used correctly, promptly, and responsibly. In our next emergency video, we'll cover the hidden parasite that's killing 90% of pigeons, another critical situation that requires immediate recognition and treatment. This parasite problem is often completely invisible until it's too late, but there are natural detection and treatment methods that can save your birds when conventional approaches fail. Until next time, remember that breathing problems in pigeons can escalate quickly from mild to life-threatening, but with the right knowledge, immediate action, and proper application of natural healing methods, most birds can recover completely and return to full health. Stay vigilant, act quickly when problems arise, and trust in the power of natural healing when applied with knowledge, precision, and care. Keep your pigeons breathing freely, healthily, and naturally.